Imagine we have a triangle. We know that the area of a triangle is 1 over 2 times base times altitude. 1 over 2 times base times altitude. So now let's say we triple, so 3 times, triple the height. What happens to the area? Simple. If we triple the height, the new height will be 3h. So the new area is then 1 over 2 times base times altitude, which will be 3 times 1 over 2 times b times h. When we change the position of the numbers, so we will get 3 times old one. So actually what happened, we just make the h's 3h, triple, okay? And the area is being 3 times the original area or 3 times the old area. So directly we have a proportion between h and this. Similarly, if I change, for example, if I double to b for the same question, doubling to b will be 1 over 2 times 2b times, and triple h means 3h. It will be 1 over 2 times b times h. I can change the position, times 2, 3, 6. So it will be 6 times the old area. So doubling and tripling gives me 6 times or 6 multiple of the original one. So what we see here, we see that the constant numbers, which is here 1 over 2, which is in this example even b, never change the overall area. Just it could be uh, depending on, let's say, depending on variables, results change. Results are changed. The constants, they don't make any sense. Constants, no. But the variables change the overall area, volume, length, whatever you are talking. So let's go back directly one example. Explanation, no need to read. Let's go one example. The radius of a circle is increased by 25%. So I have radius, and the radius is being 1.25 of the original radius. So for example, if radius is 100 centimeter, the new radius is being 125 centimeter. So what is the question? By what percent does the area of the circle increase? So area of a circle, normally we know that pi times r squared. Now, area of the new circle, pi times the new radius. What is the new radius? 1.25 r, this is the new one, squared. So what will the difference between them? How can we calculate? It's easy. You know, for the exponential numbers, x times y to the power of n, x times y to the power of n is equal to x to n times y to n. We know this rule. So the area will be pi times 1.25 to the power of 2 times r squared. So if I combine this pi, these are square, these are square. So pi times r squared is the area of the old one. So the difference comes out 1.25 to the power of 2 times old area. So 1.25 to the power of 2 means when we calculate, it will be 5625. Let's check the calculator. Let me use the calculator. 1.25 times 1.25. So it is equal to 1 point, so I'm writing 1.5625 times old area, old. And so what is the percentage change? How can we calculate? Remember, new value minus old value divided by the old value times 100 gives us a percentage change. So the new value is 1.5265 old minus the old one is just, what is the old one? Pi r squared, right? Which is r is, if we say 1, it will be pi r squared, pi times 1 squared, which is 1, just pi. So I can calculate that. Let me go down. The new one is 1.5625 area old minus area old divided by area old times 100 gives me percentage change, right? So how can I find this? From 1.5625 area old minus 1 area old will be 0.5625. Okay? Old area is 1 times 100. So this 100 multiplied by this decimal number will be 56.25. So 56.25% change I have, which is already here.
Sir,
Yes,
sir, from 1.5, how did it become 0.56?
1.5625. One
Yeah,
more
how did it
time.
become 0.5625?
This one.
Yes, yes, sir.
Calculation. Area old. Let's say
Okay,
1 unit.
okay,
This is area old 1 unit.
okay.
So 1.5625 times 1, 15625
Yes.
minus 1, what will be?
Ah, yeah.
1.0000, it will be 0.5625. Okay?
Okay, sir. Yeah,
Tamam.
thanks.
And by the way, how was the SAT question? You were in the SAT exam, Ahmed. Remember this increasement? It was so simple, 10%.
Yes, sir.
We are solving a little bit advanced question now. In the SAT, I have seen last SAT, it was simple. Okay, let's go on. New question. The length of rectangle increased by 20%. The width decreased by 20%. Which of the following accurately describe the change in the area? Now let's be careful. To solve this kind of question, let me tell you one simple way. Let's say, for example, this is 10, okay? And let's say this is 20 originally, okay? When I increase by 20% of the length, when I increase 20% of the length, even you can say 100 and 200, let's say 100, 200, maybe easy calculations. The length increased by 20. So it was 100, increased by 20, it will be 120, okay? Decrease by 20%. So 200 decreased by 20% means I have 0.80. It means that it will be 20%, right? So it will be this and this simplify. So it will be 160, 160. This is old, this is new. And what is the area? Is it asking the area question? Yes, area. What is the area of the old one? 200 times 100. So it will be this, old. What is the new one? 1612. So what is 16 times 12? So this 19, this, and this is the old one, right? So old one, new one. So the question is increasement or decreasement. How can we understand? Remember, new value, which is 19/200, the original value, divide by the original value times 100. So these two simplify. When I subtract them, it will be negative. Negative what? 800, I think, right?
Yeah.
800 divided by 200. These and these simplify. Negative 4. Negative means decrease, and 4 means its percentage. So, do we have somewhere? I think here. Decrease 4%. Okay?
How you
Yes,
how you got 19,200?
just calculation.
Like
Let me explain again, just calculation. But the easy way, this is classical one, very simple. It takes time, but classical easy one. Let me tell you again the way. So I am saying that, say it, this is your first rectangle. Say it 100 and 200s. For example, I am saying, okay? And this is the first. Now, second rectangle. It says that 20% increase of the length. If length is 100, 20% increase means 120. Is it okay? Yes, no?
yes,
Yeah. So,
yes.
Yes, right?
okay.
So 20% decrease. So 200 decrease by 20% means times 0.80. Is it okay? Why 0.80?
Yeah, because
Found you are
And then
one.
160. So what is the area of the first one? First area is 100 times 200, which is this. Okay.
20,000.
Second area, 160 times 120, which is, I forget now, I calculated. Okay. And then what is the percentage change? First, second, right? Second area minus first area divided by first area times 100 gives us the percentage change. It could be positive, it could be negative. And when we calculate, result was negative 4, negative 4%. And so negative 4% means 4% decrease. How can I solve the question easily, practically, not classical one? Simple. Increase, so what is the area in general? Area is length times width. Length times width. So new area, I am increasing the length 20%. That means the length is being 120 L, 1.20 L. Times width, decrease 20% means 0.80 W. So when you calculate this, area is equal to L times W times 120 times 0.80. So L and W is old area or original area as I started. So this is the difference. So what is the difference? 1.20 multiplied by 0.80. Use the calculator or use the way. What could it be? How can I solve this? I want to use the calculator. Without calculator also, we can try. Where is it? Yeah, calculator 1.20 times, yeah, 1.20 times 0.80. It is 0.96. Now, this is now 0.96. So the new area new is area old times 0.96. Be careful now. When you multiply the original amount by 0.96, are you decreasing 4% or are you decreasing 0.04 of something? Decreasing? Yes or no?
We decreased 4%, 0.0.
Decreasing 4%. So decreasing 4% is alternative C.
Okay.
Okay. It's easy, not difficult. Now let's go on example 3. And can you try this by own example 3? Read the question slowly and try the example 3 by yourself. When you finish, chat screen. One of you told me okay, answer. Others. Simply, guys, what are you going to do? The formula is in the new formula, be careful. In the new formula, we are just doubling R. We are not changing anything. So this is, it doesn't make a sense. It doesn't change anything. Why? In the new formula, I will have the same thing. So Q1 and Q2 also doesn't make a sense. I am not changing. So even in the new formula, it will be Q1, Q2. What is being changed? This one is changed. So it was when R, it is 1 over R squared. When R is double, it will be 1 over 2R squared. So what will be 1 over 2R squared? It will be 1 over 4R squared. So this is the new, this is the old 1 over R squared. So it says that resulting force of attraction, what fraction of the original force? So this is the
So, sir,
original.
the old one is the original one is 1 R square, right? You should calculate with 1 R
One
square.
more time. The
So you
resulting force of attraction is what fraction of the original one? What fraction of the original one?
so the original, we should think it the one which is in the question. So 1 over R square, that is the original one, right?
1 over R squared is the original. This is the
Okay.
original.
Okay.
So result is 1 over 4 times original. Why? This is. So result is this. So the answer is B. One more time. One more time. It is so simple. One more time. When we read the question, what makes sense for us? In the question, 1 over R squared times 9 times Q1 times Q2. What changed the result? R changed, Q1 changed, and Q2 changed. But 9 does not change. It's constant. Okay? In the new formula, 9 will be 9. But also,
سدي ورجع افتحها شوف.
one more time.
في
No, mister, no, it's okay.
Okay, so 9 is constant. So in the new formula, when I double the R, when I double 1 over, double means 2R to the power of 2. But 9 is 9, so it doesn't make sense. The Q1 and Q2 is still Q1 and Q2, so it doesn't make a sense. Nothing changed. So what is the difference between them? It depends on R. In the original one, 1 over R squared. In the second one, 1 over 4R squared. It means that 1 over 4 times 1 over R squared. So this is original. This is new. So new one is 1/4 of the original, isn't it? 1/4 times 1 over R squared. That's it. Answer is 1 over 4. Okay, let's go down. Example 4. Can you try by yourself? Example 4. What is the volume of cube? You should know. A times A times A, which is A cube. What do you think? Okay, let's think together, guys. Let's think together. Let's think together. So, what we have this scenario. Volume 1, volume 2. Okay? First volume, second volume. The volume of a cube is triple. So at the beginning, volume is, let's say, V. Okay, at the beginning, the volume is V. Triple means it will be 3 times V. Do you have any question for this?
Sir, why just one of it 3 times V?
Sorry?
Why just one of it 3 times V?
One more time, if I didn't misunderstand.
Why just like one part of the fraction 3 times V? Like, I don't understand that.
Not fraction. 1 minute. Okay. First volume.
Okay.
This is something like that. This is not fraction. The first volume is V amount. The second volume is 3 times V. This is not fraction. I mean,
Okay.
volume 1 over V. No, I didn't mention this. No. Okay, just to write. Or as a table, you can see.
So
this is 1V, this is 3V, this is first, this is second volume. Now, the volume of cube is triple. The length of each side must have been increased by approximately what? So imagine this is our cube, okay? So each side is A unit. So the volume is A times A times A. So how could it be? This is now A times A times A. How could it be same, the second volume 3V, which means 3 times A times A times A. How could it be? What can I do? Then this result will be this one.
times 3?
Can I think like this? So increase by, it says, right? So can I say this one? The new one is 3 times A cube. Old one is A cube. Old one is A cube times 100, which means 3A cube, 1A cube, 2A cube. If I'm not making mistake, logically 200. No, I should use different logic. 1 minute.
Yeah.
I should use different logic. Okay, let's say this. Let's say if A is 10 centimeter, what is the volume? 10 times 10 times 10, 10 to the power of 3. So I will do something, and then the second volume will be 3 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is 3 times 10 to the power of 3. So what should I do for each side? 3% increasement means 1.03 times 1.03 times 1.03. Can it be this result?
So I think I don't know 33% because from or 3% like because it's 3 times 10. I'm not sure actually.
Let's see. Let's see. Let me use algebraically. If I say, first case volume is V, second case volume is 3V, and the volume is normally 8 times 8 times 8. Okay? And now this will be 3 times A cube. I want to change something just to get simple calculations. Let me say the original V is B cubed times A cubed. Just I am changing. So what will be new one? 3 times B cubed times A cubed. So to get this 3 times the original amount, what should I do? Can I say, how can I explain this? How can I explain this? Three V cube is new one. The original one is 1 V cube. Divided by 1 V cube. 2 V cube. But 2 is, this is problem is here for each side we have to increase. Okay, we have to, let us see how is given solution. I don't want to use the sample by giving 1, 1, 1. Let us see the solution, how is it given. One by one, let's go. Now we have to solve the backwards. From the backwards. Keep in mind that the volume of cube is S cube, which is A cube, where S is the length of each side. Okay, even though this problem is little different, we can still apply the same process as before. Increase each side by some factor and rearrange the terms of extract a number. Only this time we have to use x. What does it mean? It says that x times s, one side of a cube. It says one side of a cube, x times s. Instead of s or instead of a, it says let us call x times s. Okay. And then this is the original volume, y, length times length times length. So xs, 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 3 times we are multiplying, so we are getting this. And the new one, x cube times s cube, y, x to n, x times y to the power of n, x to n times y to n. So when we take this cube separately, x cube times s cube, which is s cube is the old volume, use. So x cube is 3. Come on, I got the point. I got the point.
This question is a bit confusing.
Okay, I got the point. I will explain again. Now, the thing is this. Since the volume is, let's say, a cube, first volume, the second volume is 3 times a cube. What is changed here? It could be changed. 3 is fixed number. It doesn't make sense. It could be changed just with a. So a, how could it be changed that this multiplication 3 times a times a times a gives us the 3. So we can say that 3 is equal to same thing multiplied by itself 3 times. So 3 is equal to x cubed. So to find the x, cubic root. So simplify, x is cube root of 3 and x is approximately 144. Okay, one more time, let me explain. I got the point, guys. It's okay. Now, first case, first volume is, okay, let's say V. Second volume is, let's say, 3 times V. From V to 3V to go, to get, what I need, the volume is changing by only a times a times a. The length must be multiplied by itself. Okay, so I have to change the length, change A. So when the A will change with X amount, I am saying X amount I am changing. But how? I don't know. But X amount I am changing. I am adding X amount of number to the original amount. So this X amount times another X amount times another X amount to get the volume, I am multiplying first edge, second edge, and the third edge, or length, width, and height. Length, width, and height. So X amount from the length, X amount from the width, X amount from the height. So this multiplication make a difference 3. So 3 times V. V is being 3 times V. So this must be 3. Okay, then it is being then X cubed is 3. How can I calculate the X? If I root cubic roots of both, these and this simplify. So X equals cube root of 3. Cube root of 3, when we use the calculator, 1.44. So 1.44 means 44% increasement. Why? 1 plus 0.44, 1.44. So the answer must be D. Answer must be D. It is a little bit complicated question, but when you understand the logic, it's easy, not difficult. At the beginning, we have just to understand the problem, to model the problem, it's a little bit confusing. Okay. Now, chat screen, anything? Yes, why not? Why not? So how did you do this? But Jude, can you explain this? V1 is 8, V2 is 24,
Yeah, sure.
and
then I found like 8 equal to s to the power of 3. So I found s equal to 2
okay,
in
and then,
volume 1, in cube
tamam.
1. And in cube 2, 24 equal to s to the power of 3. So s is equal to 2.88. Then 2.88 minus 2 over 2 times 100 equal to 44.
And
Can
then this is
can
the
you write?
That's it.
Okay, good idea. So let's use this. So you are saying that volume 1 is equal to, for example, 8 centimeter cube. So 3 times volume 1, which is volume 2, it's 24 centimeter cube. And then you are saying that when you have 24 centimeter cube, what are you saying after that? One more time. You are taking here after 24.
I'm doing V2 equal to V2 equal to
V2 equals, okay.
s to the power of 3.
Okay, one length, let's call this length is S. S times S, which is S cube. S cube is 24. So S is equal to cube root of 24. So when you calculate this, it is
2.88.
2.88. And then you are saying that new value is minus old value divided by old value times 100 gives us the percentage change. So
Yes.
new value is 2.88 minus old value is 2 divided by 2 times 100. So it will be 0.88 divided by 2. So 0.44 times 100 will be 44. Yes, that's good.
Sir, two questions. First of all, how should you know that you should select 8? Like,
Yes, how she has taken 8, just anything she has taken. It's not important. You can start with, for example, whatever you want. For
okay.
example, you can say 10.
So and in this end, how
8 isn't important. You are choosing by yourself.
so and in this end, how do you understand the old one is 2?
Old one is 2.
So why?
88
Yeah, it
minus
is.
2.
Yeah, since volume is 8 times 8 times A, so 8, how could it be? 2 times 2 times 2.
Okay.
Okay, so what about 24? Like, Why did we choose 24?
One more time.
How did we know that we need to choose 24? يعني why 24? Is it like
8
يعني
times 3, 8 times 3 because of that.
okay, we chose 8, but how did we choose 24? But V2 is the new one, right?
Okay, so she thought that first volume is 8. 3 times the original volume. 3 times 8, 24. For that reason, 24. If you choose 10, it must be 30, for example.
Okay.
One more time, let me explain. One more time.
No, mister, I just want to know, like, how did you know that we need to put 3? Like,
Yeah. One more time. So the first case, which is volume. Second case, which is volume. First volume is we don't know. We said in general V. So second one is 3 times V. She says that instead of working with the letters, let me choose 8. But you can choose 10. You can choose 27. Better something in terms of cube. Since formula is volume is base times base times base. Or actually length, width, height. But in cube, L is equal to W is equal to H. They are all equal, so base to the power of 3. Simply S cube or A cube. So anyway, when this is 8, 3 times 8 will be 24. So 24 is, imagine there is a cube, new cube. So this is B unit, this is B unit, this is B unit. So what is the volume? B times B times B, which is B cube, is 24. And B will be cube root of 24. Why? Taking cube root. And then B is equal to 2 point, I forget, 884, let's say. Okay, something like that. And then says that here, this small cube, let's call A. A cube is 8, that means A is 2. So first case, length of the one side was 2. New case 2.84. I don't know, calculation 84 or 44. Minus the old cases 2 times 100 gives us the, tell me, gives us the percentage change. Okay, it was, I think, 88. So when we simplify this, it will be 0.44 times 100, which is 44. This is also reasonable. You can try this. It's not a problem. Even this, let's say theoretically, or even taking one number. But this is a little bit hard question. It's not so easy. Okay, at the beginning it's difficult. Later on, yeah. Okay, the first question, what can we do? Try by own.
So what's half? Half.
Can you read?
Yeah, I mean, what is half? Half.
What is half?
Half.
Half. It's half, you know, half and half means simple past. As a verb, I think it's used. Let me read the question.
Okay.
Yeah, as I said, half, okay? Division by 2. Division by 2. Passive form. Passive voice.
Yeah.
Again, boys, simple. P is equal to 1 over R times V squared. 1 doesn't make sense. R, V, two things. So, electric power P is related to the voltage and blah, blah, blah. If the voltage were halved, this is half. That means in the same thing, V over 2 you do. So, V over 2 power 2. What about R? Is it being changed? Change? No, same. So it doesn't make a sense. Why? It is also not changing. What is changed? Only this. So at the beginning, V square. In the second case, V square over 4. So 1 over 4 v squared is the second case. So what's going on? If v is, for example, 100, 100 over 40, which is 25. From 100 to 25 you go. And what's going on? 100 to 25 you are going. So what's going on? Which alternative?
5 by 4.
Yeah. I think this.
Yes, quite.
This or not? 1 minute. Let's check. Check it. Oh.
Yeah, quite fun. Yes.
A quarter of what it was. Right? A quarter. So I think that's okay. Tamam. One more time. What I did. What I did. Even you can take a number, but I will not use number. A little bit theoretical, maybe. So second P, or let me say P1 this, P2. What is P2? 1 over R, still 1 over R. So not change. Just V is changing. So V over 2 squared. That means 1 over R times 1 over 4 times V squared. So 1 over R, V squared. 1 over R, V squared. It is directly P1. So the P2 is 1/4 of P1. That's it. So where I have the electric power would be 4 times greater. No, it's getting smaller. P2 is original amount divided by 4. 2 times greater? No. Would be half? No. Why? Not half, 1/4. 1/4 is a quarter, we say. Come on. Question number 2. Practical way, A is L times W, area of rectangle. If you increase by 10, it means the new one, 1.10, we should say, 10%. Like this, what do you think? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
So by using calculator, can you tell me what is 1.10 times 1.10? Probably 121. Probable result will be this. Can you calculate 1.10 times 1.10?
It will be 1.21.
1.21, right? Okay, so 1.21, ladies and gentlemen. 1.21 new amount. Old amount is 1. Old amount is 1 times 100. So it will be 0.21 times 100. So 21%. That's it. Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Or what can you do? You can say, as we started, for example, this is 100, this is 200, or easy number, 10, 20, and then increase what will be, increase what will be, but forget about it. This is long way. This is better. Okay? For example, same question, 10% increase the L, 20% decrease the W. So it will be 0.80. 20% decrease means 0.80. And then calculations. Good. Number 3. Number 3. A right circle cone. Do you know what is right circle cone means? It means this. 90 degrees, altitude R. This is right circular cone. Radius decreased by 20. Height increased by 10. Which of the following result represents in volume? So volume you have to know. But you know in SAT they are giving the formula. 1/3 pi r square h. As I remember, this is the volume formula. So what are you changing? 1/3, 1/3. Forget about it. Pi, pi, forget about it. So what make a sense? R and H. So what is the new R? Decrease by 20. So 0.80, okay, square times H's 10% increase. So 1.10 H square and R square. Not square, just 1%. 10. So it will be R squared times H times 0.80 squared times 110. So this is, which is original one. So this is the difference. So 0.80 squared times 110 we should calculate. So it is, let me do it here, 0.80 times 0.80 times 1.10. It is 0.704. Okay, so now what it says, resulting percent change in the volume. So this is the new one. The old one is, if I call 1, times 100. So what will be this result? 1 minus, we can use calculator, 0.296. So 0.296, but negative, times 100. So negative 29.6. That means decrease